Boxing King Media, powered by BYD. Delighted to have with me the one and only two tanks, Ohara, Davies. Odie, great to see you. Firstly, how are you?
Listen, I'm not happy. I just had an argument with the. I told them to themselves.
Why?
I told themselves because Andy Joshua is the saviour of the heavyweight weight class in this country, if not in world boxing. AJ turned boxing from almost being dead to now massive. AJ is the saviour of our sport in a way. AJ comes to these things here and he shakes everyone's hand and gives them time, and you wait until he gets knocked out and then you put a picture of him. Next day, they couldn't even wait 2 days. Next day, I told him, go yourself, because I'm giving you my time and my energy now, free of charge. If something goes wrong on the weekend, you're going to put some shit like that online about me, and I just gave you my time, go yourself. You ain't getting shit from me, and I've known you for years. You're good for this game. Good guys. If I lose, if I get knocked out like that, you go online, Ohara lost, and that's it. But not a picture of me out cold on the floor. I fuck themselves, mate. You're a bunch of mate. And this is why I talk so much shit about the media. And a lot of fighters are afraid to come online and say it because they're afraid they won't get no interviews. I don't give a fuck. They're a bunch of.
How's your mindset? Obviously, been out for a while. Went to America for your debut. Come back here, fighting AZIM. How's Ohara Davies' mindset at the moment?
To be honest, I don't really care. I've actually got I don't care mindset right now, and this is the first time in my career I've had a I don't care mindset. It's just I've trained hard. I'm gonna go in there and fight, and it is what it is. Ain't no pressure because I don't care what happens from here in my boxing career because I don't like boxing no more.
I've known you a long time. All the times I've covered your press conferences, you love the animosity. You love going at your opponents. It's one of the very rare occasions where you're not going after him because there's a relationship. You've known him for a long time. You've known him since he was practically a little child. But does that change your fighter instinct in any way?
No, because I sparred my friends many, many, many times. I sparred people that I know many times, and I hit them with the same shots that I hit anyone else with. So, it's okay. I've known Adam for years, but once we get in the ring, we all know it's just business. And, if I win, there's no celebration. There's no anger. It's just a payday for me.
Have you been impressed with him so far?
Absolutely. I watched this fight the other day, last night. The guy's quick. The guy's got some hands. It's good.
Where does a win take you?
To Costa Coffee, to Starbucks, to McDonald's, to Burger King, to the Indian shop, to the Chinese shop, apple crumble and custard, takeaway.
All right, you've been putting a lot of stories up over the last week or so about your past, about your childhood, where you came from, what you did, getting suspended in school. I've been kind of laughing, reading them. What's going through? What's the thought process?
I don't know if I don't know if I like boxing anymore, and I don't know how long I'm gonna continue boxing for. That's how I really feel. And listen, this fight might be my last fight in boxing because I just don't love the game no more. I wake up every day. I go to the gym because it's my job, but the passion for it's gone. The passion to wanna be a champion. I just want to be rich now. The passion to be under the bright lights and to do this. The passion to be at the conferences and have the lights, the cameras, the action. The passion's gone. I ain't gonna lie. And now I don't know anything else though. Boxing's all I've been doing since I was 18 years old. I've known nothing else. And maybe if there was something else I knew how to do, I'd be doing that. I wouldn't be fighting. But boxing's all I know. So I wake up every day and I just do what I know. But the passion for it's gone.
Surely you have to be impressed with yourself. You spoke on the stage about coming from being that poor kid, and Tunde shouted out not just stealing grapes, but stealing shower gel as well from the shops, and making it to this very stage where you're headlining, you're consistently headlining, you've got a name, you've got a brand. People want to fight you, to try to beat you. Surely you have to be impressed with what you've achieved so far.
Yeah, when I think about it, I'm impressed with it, yeah, but boxing's not an impressive thing. Boxing's not impressive. Boxing's just, I don't know, man. I just started doing boxing because it's the only thing I knew how to do. It's the only thing I knew how to do, and I just kept on doing it. It didn't take that much it wasn't hard for me to be motivated to go to the gym back then because I loved it. When you do something you love, I've done it because I wanted to do it. It's not like I sacrificed everything because, I got forced to do it. And, no, I loved it. So I'm not impressed with anything I've done in boxing. That's how I feel right now. I don't like boxing no more. I really don't like boxing. If I got 10 time back, I would have bought some Bitcoin instead.
and the many other coins that exist. One of the things you put out in your story was about being suspended from school. If you can you remember about what you used to get suspended for?
My primary school, when I was in year, I don't know what year that is, I was a kid, I carried a knife somewhere when I was a kid and I got kicked out of my primary school. My secondary school, I was having fights with the teachers, and my second secondary school, I stabbed someone an inch away from his heart, so I got suspended.
You obviously given your life to boxing. You just mentioned there that you should carry a knife. What have you learned, and what can you give advice? What advice can you give to those carrying knives at this very moment in Hackney, in places you've grown up? What advice would you give now?
I ain't even going to give them no advice. I just got to show them me and my life and what I've done. And I'm just like anyone that's from the roads. I'm from the roads. And when I first got into boxing, I wasn't good. But I worked hard and I was consistent and I was persistent. And everyone else that lived that life, today they're in jail or they're out doing some shit somewhere. And I'm fighting live on Sky Sports. I ain't even got to say anything. If my life in itself isn't a motivation to someone, ain't no motivation that you can have that's going to save you.
Final one, Anthony Yard, someone you know very well. He's a very, very close friend of yours, fighting on the same card. I'm not sure if it's the first time or not. It could be the first time professionally. What does that mean to you?
It's my second time fighting on the same show as Anthony Yard, but listen, it's good to see. And I told Ben the best thing he's done was sign Anthony Yard because, yeah, I'm a good fighter. Yes, I'm a character. Yes, I'm this, I'm that. Anthony Yard's better than me. Anthony Yard's always been better than me. And he's focused, and he's always had from when we were young, Anthony Yard's always had the focus that I didn't have. Even though I was good, he was good. People might have thought back then I was a bit better than him, but I didn't have the focus that he had, and the mindset and the choices that he made when it comes to certain things, the choices that he made and the choices that I've made. When I look at these things, I'm like, listen, Anthony Yard's better than me, and he's so good at boxing because of his mindset. And maybe if I had the same mindset as him, I'd be further than where I'm at right now.
Ohara, only a couple of days away from the big showdown, Saturday night. We wish you all the best in your final preparations, rest, recover, and I'm sure we shall speak to you after the fight.
Thank you.
Ohara Davies for Boxing Media, thank you very much.